Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some pretty sad news to go and cover and talk about over here, mainly because, once again, we're kind of seeing a little bit more of a big pandemic when it comes to, well, obviously not the world, but more so when it comes to all these consoles and these restocks. And once again, we're seeing multiple different reports of now Best Buy employees reaching out, stealing stock, moving stock, lying about stock. And at the end of the day, it just kind of gets a little bit frustrating and a little bit annoying, especially because we actually did see a new additional wave, as we were talking about before, these past few days. And as of now, we've actually seen quite a few different types of people confirming that employees are basically just hiding and stealing and moving stock away from normal consumers. So I don't want to go and talk about this because obviously our channel mainly is on, well, restocks and gaming news and PlayStations and all that stuff. And it kind of just makes me sad because this just kind of keeps on happening over and over and over again. I do kind of wish that Best Buy themselves would do something with it, because at the end of the day, this is basically stock that's being taken away from normal consumers. People are wasting their gas, people are wasting their time, and especially now with the evident like Best Buy glitch, it's kind of on the annoying side. So let's go talk about it here, and also find out if you even had a little pop-up over here that someone literally bought a PlayStation 5 right on this second over here too as well, so we know they're still up in stores in case you guys ever think they're capping or whatever. So we'll talk about a bunch of little various stuff throughout this video, so make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 digital console controller, Twitter and Twitch stream as well, link down below, and of course as well, leave a like, and if you guys want to, comment down below your thoughts. So if you guys just don't know, if you guys are just out of the blue or whatever, we've talked about this so much on our channel this past week, so I'd be almost kind of generally surprised if you guys are not. But basically, Best Buy has been doing a little bit of a walk-ins. We've been seeing a lot of different stores having loads of different stock. We've had a lot of people confirm get their consoles, and we've had a lot of actually pretty happy folks. Like I literally just showed you guys over here in terms of stock tracking, there literally was someone over there who literally just got a console. Like, I'm not even exaggerating, you guys, the past like 2 minutes or so, someone probably just bought their console. But not everyone's as happy as that person is right there, because we've been seeing loads upon loads and even more. We actually made a video / call out about this a few days ago too as well, but ever since we've had a bigger influx of more store stock, we've been seeing even more of this. Now, why is this annoying? What's going on? Etc., etc. As you guys have probably seen, we've mentioned this a lot, where there's actually a way to check the stock to see if there's like GPUs, Xboxes, Switches, fridges, whatever you guys want to go and do. Or if you guys go and use like the Best Buy app, you type in, say, PlayStation, Xbox, or whatever I just mentioned, and with all of that, they'll go and show if there's stock available, whether it's in the back room, whether it's in the back house, whether it's just stock arrivals, whether it's returns, or all of that good stuff. So that's kind of the annoying part on this, because since now normal people have a chance to see the consoles, we are now actually having people lining up outside of stores, we're having people calling stores, we're having people getting consoles. And like 9 out of 10 times, it's been going phenomenal. We actually did go and see a pretty big restock with this past week, and although we're more on the, I'd say like the tail end of stock and tail end of stock that's still like around, I'd probably say there is still going to be people getting their consoles and buying their consoles throughout the next few days, at least until the end of the weekend, and we'll see if there's any more stock arrivals throughout like the ongoing week. But that's kind of the big issue. Before, we never really had a way to go and kind of glitch this or check stock throughout the past like month and a half or so. But even as of now, these past 3 days, we have been seeing so many reports of basically, we've been seeing, number one, first and foremost, employees lying. So that's one of the, I think, the bigger annoyances on this, because in theory, if like say you have an employee, and they have 3 stock available, and then as well, they're like, someone calls, they're like, hey man, like, I've been looking online, I saw it popped up, all this stuff, like, what's going on with it, do you guys have any stock? Then they're just like, haha, no. That's it. Like, they're basically just being like, no, we have no stock, there's no stock here, there's no stock in the back room, what are you talking about, blah, 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 blah. But because of the activeness of the stock glitch, this actually been proven, it pretty much works. Like, there's websites now based on it, there's also other things going on with it, you have the apps going on with it, and with all this put together, basically a normal consumer pretty much knows that there's stock there or not. Now, at the same time, too, obviously some stores may only have like 2 stock, and maybe by the time you drive over there or an open, I could definitely see there having like a little bit of wiggle room. But we've now been seeing reports. I saw some stuff on Reddit, I saw some people tweeting about this, and I saw even YouTube comments to me about this. So it's not just a one store thing or like a smaller thing. I feel this is a pretty big widespread issue when it comes to Best Buy. We've now been seeing reports of basically people showing up at stores. They do the app glitch, so stock in theory should be there. They go talk to employees, and they have to talk to 4 different employees until they finally give them a yes. And now whether that's just like the lack of knowledge, or more so what people keep on thinking, has kind of been proven to as well from previous times, is that just Best Buy employees are just holding on to stock, or trying to hide stock, or move stock, so they themselves can go buy it to go and resell it, or give it to friends. Now, we kind of covered this somewhat similar like a week ago or so, and same with GameStop too. I feel like this is like the new trend because stores are now moving them to in-person. So instead of, people botting or scalping, they just have employees or employee friends out there that are like, hey, save one, pull one off the side for me. And that's, in theory, okay. I've talked about this before. It's not, I'd probably do the same. Like, if I had a friend and I had a few consoles, I'd try my best to hook them up, probably. But at the end of the day, it's more on the annoyance because people are both selling these for scalpers and lying about it. Like, I can maybe understand, you've been waiting for your console yourself for a long time. You work at Best Buy, and then someone's like, the last one, you're trying to hide out. It's like 6 o'clock, you're trying to get off your shift and buy it. I can understand the frustration on that. Like, I totally get it. But the bigger annoying thing is that because you work at these places, such as, say, Best Buy, you could probably get the stock a lot quicker, too, if you even just wait another 2 or 3 weeks. Stock is kind of somewhat equalizing out, so it's not as bad. But it stinks because we're having people lining up in stores. There's even a report as well that people literally saw 10 consoles being wheeled in, like on store open, and they weren't even able to buy them. And then when they asked other employees, being like, hey, is there any stock in house? Like, can I go get a console? I literally saw them. They're like, no, we have no stock. I don't know what you're talking about. There's nothing here. Blah, 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 blah. Like, people are literally seeing it. Like, it's really hard to go and hide this when people are literally finding the consoles. And as well, we're also kind of hearing that apparently people are saying that there is no app glitch in terms of Best Buy employees, but there is. Like, there's literally like thousands upon thousands of people who have gotten their consoles and can collectively kind of know. Like, we even go look on the actual website I'm showing over here as well. Like, just throughout this video, there's so many different buys just from people walking in, and you can essentially go and see on the glitch itself. Basically, the glitch just shows if it's unavailable or sold out, but in theory, if it's even on the website, we know that there is stock there, if that makes sense. So it's just annoying. So we're having people showing up at stores, and they just assume, like, you want to be first in line, obviously, and then the employees are hiding stock and selling stock. And this is more of a widespread issue, too, like I said, because we talked about this like a week ago. And it's really annoying because now at this point they're lying about stock. At this point they're also talking about how there is no stock. At this point they're basically just like saying, yeah, I'll come back in a few weeks, maybe, we'll see. And they're just basically trying their best to throw anyone off their trail the best they can. Now, obviously, there's been a lot of normal Best Buy employees in Best Buy locations that are just giving out stock and selling stock like they're supposed to. Just a nice, normal, wholesome vibe. But the biggest struggle on here is when we have these like people that are working together with scalpers to go and sell stock, which has been confirmed. We've actually apparently had a few people as well floating around talking about how they will literally let people in early. Like, some Best Buy employees will let people in early, and then those folks, probably their friends, are buying up the stock. And we've seen reports of people going to Best Buy stores, and then literally like people walk out with 5 consoles for one person. It's just stuff like that. I think apparently there's also even a story that's been floating around that someone literally went and had like one of those like carry carts, like, the wheeling, like just normal like carts, which is a better way for me to explain it. It's like, the thing like the pulley lever thing, like you basically go and like put stuff on, you push back, it has wheels, you move. And apparently someone even at that point bought 7 consoles. Like, dude, come on. And this is like just like off of easy reports to find, off of just casually looking, let alone doing deep dives or other people who haven't spoken out. And I really think at the end of the day, this is kind of disappointing on Best Buy because as a pretty big retailer, I love that you're doing walk-ins as well, because it also means there's less botters and less scalpers online. And that really is at the end of the day a bigger issue than people selling stores in stock. But at the end of the day that we keep on seeing stock with this and employees keep on lying about the stock and not bringing the stock up, the longer that is, the longer I'm not really enjoying this whole Best Buy stuff. Now, at the tail end, though, we are more on the tail end of the drop, unless we see more restock and stuff showing up throughout the next few days. But at the end of the day, like, come on. Like, these employees should be more so trying to help folks on out instead of doing this. Like, I think managers should not be allowing this. Now, once again, if someone's like doing one console on the side for themselves or like, for a friend or family member, who am I to judge? Like, I'd probably do the same thing. I'm not going and kind of like, josh them too much. The bigger issue I have here is more on the fact that people are lying, that they'll show up in stores, waste their gas money, waste their time, and in theory, stock should be there. and then you're getting lied to by employees. You have to ask 5 different employees for any information, or, as I said before, there have people working with scalpers to sell stock, and that should just be inappropriate. Like, if anything, make it so it's a 1 stock per person, and then at the end of the day, you could still hook up your friend if you're a Best Buy employee or family or whatever. But you should not be allowed to sell 8 consoles, 7 consoles, and literally give them a wheelbarrow and, like, open up the door for them as they're doing that. And I really think Best Buy themselves should be doing something with that, because I don't like seeing these next age of eras. Like, we're almost done. We have a few more left of this kind of stuff, a few more months left to doing this stuff. Like, just, like, let normal people get their stock. It's not that big of a deal. I don't know. It's been frustrating because I've been seeing a lot of reports of it even as of today, as stock's kind of like, kind of still trickling around on Best Buy walk-ins. So you guys can still check your stores if you guys want. But man, it's just disappointing. So I don't know. Sorry for making a video on this again. It's just annoying seeing more and more reports of this, and I don't like seeing them working with scalpers. It's just lame. It's just lame. So if you guys want to subscribe, feel free to. If you guys want to go and, obviously hang out, you guys can. Subscribe for the PS5 giveaway. The Amazon link's down below for the PS5 digital console controller. Twitter and Twitch stream as well, linked down below. We have the Webull and Coinbase down below. If you guys want to sign up for all that stuff to Twitter and Twitch stream as well. And I appreciate you guys all so much for watching. Give me your thoughts and comments down below.